Ever wondered how your favorite electronic music is created? It's a fascinating blend of art and science, all thanks to sound synthesis. This incredible process allows musicians to create music from waves and frequencies, using electronic instruments and technology. Today we're going to explore the intriguing world of sound synthesis, diving into its rich history, understanding the different synthesis techniques, and discovering its profound influence on various music genres. So, prepare to dive into the world where music meets technology. The journey of sound synthesis begins in the 19th century. The seeds were sown with the invention of the telegraph in 1837, a device that converted electrical signals into distinct tones. This was our first glimpse into the possibilities of manipulating electrical signals to create sound. But it was not until the advent of the theremin in 1920 that sound synthesis truly started to take shape. The theremin, an instrument played without physical contact, astonished audiences with its eerie, ethereal sounds, sparking a fascination with electronically produced music. This period marked the dawn of a new era where sound could be constructed, reshaped, and controlled, unbound by the limitations of traditional acoustic instruments. These pioneering inventions, though rudimentary by today's standards, were the stepping stones that led to the creation of the modern synthesizers we know today. They were the sparks that ignited the vibrant, ever-evolving world of sound synthesis. The evolution of sound synthesis took a leap in the mid-20th century. During the 50s, the birth of electronic music was underway, with pioneers experimenting with oscillators and filters, creating sounds never heard before. Among this wave of innovation, one invention stood out: the Moog synthesizer. Invented by Robert Moog in the 60s, this synthesizer was revolutionary. Unlike its predecessors, the Moog was more compact and user-friendly, allowing musicians to manipulate sound in real time. It opened up a new world of sonic possibilities. From the deep, throbbing bass lines to the soaring leads, the Moog could do it all. As we moved into the 70s, electronic music began to permeate popular culture. Bands like Pink Floyd and Kraftwerk started to incorporate synthesizers into their music, creating a whole new sound palette. This era brought sound synthesis into the mainstream, changing music forever. Sound synthesis is more than just pressing buttons. It's an art form, a science, a tool for creating music that transcends the limitations of traditional instruments. One of the earliest and most influential techniques in this realm is subtractive synthesis. Imagine starting with a rich, tonally complex sound, something like a bright, buzzing sawtooth wave. This sound contains a multitude of frequencies, sort of like a painter's palette filled with every color imaginable. Subtractive synthesis is like the artist's hand, carefully removing certain colors, or in this case, frequencies, to shape the final piece. In practice, this is achieved through the use of filters. These filters can be adjusted to dampen or eliminate certain frequencies, leaving only the desired tones. This process of sculpting sound is akin to a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble to reveal the masterpiece within. Subtractive synthesis laid the foundation for many electronic music genres. It's the cornerstone of sound design, opening up a world of sonic possibilities. As technology advanced, so did synthesis techniques. The rise of the digital age introduced innovative methods, such as additive synthesis. This technique constructs complex sounds by layering simple waveforms or partials. Imagine a painter delicately layering colors to create a rich, vibrant canvas. This is additive synthesis, but with sounds instead of colors. Next came wavetable synthesis, a method that involves cycling through a table of waveforms to create unique sounds. Think of it as flipping through a book, each page a different sound wave. The speed at which you turn the pages influences the final sound produced. Lastly, there's granular synthesis, which breaks down sounds into tiny grains and reassembles them. It's like taking a mosaic view of sound, each grain a tiny piece of the overall sonic picture. These techniques, from additive to granular synthesis, have expanded the sonic palette of music producers, offering an infinite array of sounds to color their compositions. Let's dive deeper into how sound synthesis has influenced music genres. In the world of hip-hop, synthesis has been a vital player in crafting the genre's unique sound. Producers utilize synthesis to create hard-hitting beats and powerful bass lines, often layering synthetic sounds to create a rich, immersive sonic landscape. The pulsating synth bass in many hip-hop tracks. That's the magic of synthesis. Now let's transition to classical music. You might think that classical music, with its grand orchestras and traditional instruments, would shun newfangled technology like sound synthesis. But you'd be wrong. Composers have embraced synthesis to recreate and enhance traditional instruments, and even to create entirely new sounds. The result is a fusion of the old and the new, a symphony that bridges the gap between tradition and innovation. Lastly, we turn our focus to film scores. Here, synthesis has been used to create atmospheric and emotive soundscapes that enhance the storytelling. From the eerie, otherworldly sounds in sci-fi movies to the tension-filled scores in thrillers, synthesis has proven to be a versatile tool in a composer's arsenal. Synthesis has truly revolutionized the way we create and perceive music, blurring the lines between genres and opening up a world of sonic possibilities. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the impact of synthesis on music genres in the next scene. Sound synthesis has left its mark on countless music genres. It's like a sonic chameleon, adapting and morphing to enhance the musical language of various styles. Let's take pop, rock, and jazz, for instance. In pop music, synthesis has been a game changer. The synthetic textures and tones have added a new layer of complexity, lending a futuristic vibe to the genre. It's hard to imagine a world where the anthems of the 80s, filled with lush synth pads and electrifying leads, didn't exist. Rock music, traditionally dominated by guitars and drums, also embraced synthesizers. The result? A fresh infusion of sounds, expanding the genre's sonic palette and creating subgenres like synth rock and new wave. Jazz, a genre known for its improvisation, found an innovative partner in synthesis. It allowed musicians to experiment with unique, otherworldly sounds, pushing the boundaries of what was musically possible. Synthesizers brought a new sound to these established genres. Electronic music would be nothing without sound synthesis. This is especially true when we delve into genres like techno, house, and trance. Each of these genres is a testament to the transformative power of sound synthesis. Techno, with its repetitive beats and synthesized bass lines, is a genre that thrives on the endless possibilities of synthesized sound. It's a genre that was born from the ability to craft and manipulate sound in ways that were previously unimaginable. House music, on the other hand, takes a slightly different approach. It often employs warm, rich synthesized tones to create a more soulful and emotive sound. The genre is known for its use of synthesized bass lines and drum beats, layered with atmospheric synth pads and melodies. Trance music takes synthesis to another level. It uses sweeping, hypnotic, synthesized sounds to create a sense of euphoria and transcendence. The genre is a testament to the power of synthesis to evoke a wide range of emotions. Synthesis isn't just a tool, it's the backbone of these genres. The world of sound synthesis is ever evolving. As we stand at the precipice of the future, we can see a landscape of infinite sonic possibilities. Today, we're witnessing a resurgence of modular synthesis, with musicians creating complex soundscapes using a multitude of interconnected modules. Simultaneously, digital platforms are becoming increasingly accessible, allowing anyone with a smartphone to experiment with sound creation. In the near future, we might see an even deeper integration of artificial intelligence in sound synthesis. Imagine a world where AI can learn and adapt to your musical preferences, creating unique, personalized soundscapes. Perhaps we'll even witness the birth of entirely new musical genres, born from the fusion of human creativity and machine learning. Beyond that, the possibilities are as endless as they are exciting. From virtual reality concerts to biomusic, where our very DNA could be converted into sound waves. Who knows what the future holds for sound synthesis? Many artists have left their mark on the world of sound synthesis. Let's take a sonic journey through time and explore a few who have significantly influenced this fascinating field. Imagine the late 60s, where Wendy Carlos, with her album Switched on Bach, brought the synthesizer into the mainstream. She transformed classical compositions into synthesized masterpieces, shaping an entire generation's perception of electronic music. Fast forward to the 70s, and we encounter the German band Kraftwerk. They brought a new wave of electronic music to the scene, painting auditory landscapes with their innovative use of synthesizers. In the 80s, it was Brian Eno who harnessed the power of synthesis to create ambient soundscapes. His work has reverberated through time, influencing countless artists in the genre. And more recently, artists like Aphex Twin have pushed the boundaries of electronic music, creating complex, intricate pieces that challenge the listener's perception of what's possible with synthesis. These artists push the boundaries of what's possible with synthesis. Now that you've learned about the fascinating world of sound synthesis, it's your turn to share. Do you have a favorite synthesized music piece or artist? Maybe there's a song that introduced you to the realm of sound synthesis, or an artist who's pushed the boundaries of what this technology can do. Perhaps you've even dabbled in creating your own synthesized sounds. Share your sonic stories in the comments below. We can't wait to hear from you.